windup.
No, it was Rocket last night who batted with a man on and one out in the ninth inning and hit into a 6-4-3 game ender.
I wonder if Loup is thinking about it. Rocket doesn't take many pitches. First pitch here is swung. He hits a third again. They go to second for one. The relay to first gets past LaMonta. Almost deja vu all over again.
Boy, the Skeeters have had a bizarre time throwing from second to first. It's the third time in this series the ball has gone by with different individuals. LaMonta's so close.
Bad time, too. He always have to hurry with the Rocket.
Gary's going to come out, and I think he's going to argue what we talked about last night, which didn't transpire, which would have been the correct call, that the slide from Chavez was across the bag. Let's see it again. Now, last night it was clearly a case where...
Exactly what we talked about today.
Yeah,
we're going to win the game right here.
And they're going to discuss it.
He said he went past the base.
See if Chavez, if he comes off this base and doesn't remain in contact,
he said he went past
it'll
the
be an
base.
out. Can't tell from that angle. We did, Gary.
Mark Mason could blow a gasket.
Boy, I tell you what, it's right. This is where it takes some serious, you know what, to call a game right here.
The umpires are even sweating at this call.
But you heard Gary say this is what we talked about today, because obviously there was a conversation about what transpired yesterday and what should have been a double play, which was not, which cost the Skeeters a run.
Watch it right here. Let's see if he overslides the base, as Brett was talking about.
You got to call it. Doesn't matter if it's a game or not.
Looks like he stayed on the base. It's a long discussion. This is going to be brutal one way or the other. And what are they saying? Are they calling out Mason? They're calling out Mason and Gaetti. This is going to be some finish.
This means to me that they're not going to call the game over. It was Josh Wilson against Josh Prince in the second inning yesterday.
Let's hear the discussion.
All right? There's no doubt in our minds your guy slid through the base.
No way.
Hold on.
Well, if he did, why didn't he call it right away?
Hear me out.
He was sitting on the
Mark,
fucking base.
Mark,
you already blew one fucking call tonight. How many you gonna fucking
hear me
blow?
out here. Hear me out. All right? The guy definitely slid past the base, okay? Now, and I'll be honest, the four of us here are not sure if that's illegal or not, right? We're not exactly sure what the rule says. This is a pretty big call, right? So, and this may not be the right thing to do, but if either of you guys have a rule book where it says, I want to take the time, look at it, and get this rule right. If the rule says you can't slid past the base, we're going to have a double play, right? If the rule doesn't say that, we're going to continue on. But I'm just being honest, we're just not sure.
All right, well, I got it on my computer. The slide rule. We'll just make fun.
But yeah, I want to help you everyone.
Wow. I don't think I've ever heard that.
Call Jeff. Get Jeff on the phone. We got to get ruling from the league.
There's no doubt the runner went by the base. Let's see this again. I know it's kind of far from that center field angle.
And now poor Derek Loup is going to have to be out there for a while. He didn't overslide the bag there. The last thing you want is your closer to wait 10 minutes until they figure this out.
Somebody, yeah.
Get Jeff on the phone and get the rule book.
You wonder how the umpires do not know the rules. They just discussed this before the game. How could they not know the rules?
Jeff.
Listen in to Gary, to his pitching coach.
Jeff. Hey. Is there anything in the rules? The guy slid through the base, but he was at the base. What's the ruling on that? So he went through the base, right on top of the base. He went through it and then contacted the.
This is the most fascinating
The umpires
television.
have to see it in the rules to make this call.
The umpires are saying if they can prove that it's in the rule book, this game's over. Which means Loop wouldn't have to throw another pitch.
I don't
It'd be
know.
great for him.
Gary said he has it on his computer. I hope it's charged when he unplugs.
But let's back up. If he has it on his computer, he mentioned this from last night when they met at home plate. How do they not know this still?
Under the rules, but I'm not sure. They put the pace of play in there and all that stuff, but they didn't end the collision. It's got to be under the collision section.
The problem is, let's say, for example, we can't find a rule book or we can't find this on the computer. Derek Loop is going to have a long delay.
No kidding. I get 10 or 15 minutes. Maybe more.
We're gonna get JT. Huh? We're gonna get JT to call. All right, bye.
There's going to be some decision. This is why you need replay.
Are we going to hand a cell phone
There's
to
the
an
rule, but
umpire
I
to
understand
decide a game?
You got to see
Yeah,
it in there.
and I apologize that we're just not sure, but I don't know. I don't know how else to handle this.
Does anybody in
I
the
know,
house
but
have a
he's got.
rule book?
I'm waiting for the president.
The problem is, it's not going to be
There
in
you
the
go,
rule
right,
book.
right.
It's going to be an
Here
addendum.
comes the Skeeters
Oh, my
assistant
goodness.
GM with his laptop.
This thing needs to be on a. Oh, the computer went dead.
What else could go wrong here?
Gary's computer went dead. Do we have a battery?
That's a weird unmuted.
Warm up standing out there.
I told him he could throw up your one.
Okay. You told him.
Yeah, no, on the cell phone.
Do whatever you got to do. Do whatever you got to do to stay loose.
Oh my goodness, this is imagine if this. Now this could put the Skitters up 2 games to nothing, so it's a
Might
huge
have to
game.
accept
If
this,
this was
whatever
a
it is.
game, series deciding play, amazing. You know, you heard him reference the blown call earlier. I think he was talking about the Travis Scott double in the game.
We got replay too. If he made contact, we got
I know.
replay
I mean,
too.
I saw what I saw. I got him
Right.
past the bag making contact, and
Then
we're just all unsure on
I understand.
on what the slide rule procedure is.
Through the base, if he goes through it,
Okay, I mean that's a high school rule, Gary. I've worked a lot of professional baseball, and I've
it's a
never had
major
that.
league rule now.
They're allowed to go through it as long as they stay on it. Okay, he stayed on the bag, but he went past
Nothing
it.
about the contact.
Not if the
We're
slide's
gonna
bona
find
fide
out. I
illegal.
mean, I'll accept what the rule says, but I'm saying this is those gray areas that we've got to figure out.
Right, and
You know,
That's why
take
we're
the,
doing
take
this.
the
We
heat
wanna
off
get it
you
right.
guys if it's
well,
black
it's
and
not about
white.
taking the heat. We want to get this right.
No, that's right. And it's funny that we talked about it today, huh? And you know, I mean, anything can happen. It'd be a shame for them to lose like that, but the rules are the rules. You not answering?
I'm gonna call Rick next.
I mean, I could run in and look at my computer, but is this working? It's got to be under. It's like collision. It plays it second. Collision. If you go to the index, it should say something about collision. We just talked about it. We just talked about it at home plate before the game, about that going through the base, making contact.
Does Scott just gotta have some type of rule?
I got it in my computer, but he doesn't have it in his, I don't think. And they can't. They got to go through the league on this one. They can't go through Jeff.
I mean, I didn't know if there's a way you could get it. Hold on. What's that?
Did they look at the computer already? Or have they given up the pursuit of this?
Looks like they
Is
got
it in there? Is it in there? Did you actually see it in the wording? Did he pull it up? Did he pull it up?
So I talked to Don Dooley on the phone. This is what he said. He said as long as he stays in the path, he's allowed to go through the base. As long
All right, what's the verdict? Well, I think they're going to leave the runner on. I think they're going to.
Derek Luke will have to pinch here.
This was the guy that hit the home run.
Oh boy.